Kofi Mensa. Yeah, yourself? Ulric Cross.
When we say Trinidad has talent, oh boy, I don't think the world is ready. And the world learned a lot about us right here in Trinidad and Tobago and what we have to offer. We have with us this morning Mr. Nickolai Salcedo. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the Now Morning Show.
For the 500. Good morning.
Well, your family.
Yeah.
What can we say?
Exactly.
How does it feel to be back with us again?
Oh, yeah, this is deja vu and just welcome home and just, everything.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, so Nickolai, I have a question I've been dying to ask you. When you started working on this movie,
right.
did you realize how big it was going to become?
Yes and no, because I felt, I guess at the time, you're just working, so you're just in that tunnel. So you're not, I don't think about those things in that process. I'm trying to just more focus on, channeling and doing what I'm doing. But at the same time, I felt, I guess in the middle of it all, there was something about this story that was kind of intriguing on a level that, was a little bit different. And as well as during the research process, because Francis Ann at the time was like, really delving into Ulric's history, we were finding out things that were like, oh, okay, this kind of like blow up a little bit,
Yeah. What was it like preparing for the role? I mean, you said you delved into Ulric's history, so that must have been fascinating.
Yeah, Ulric is a fascinating guy. And preparing for the role was something that I think it took a lot of really back traveling kind of like through the Trinidadian experience, because it was, I always tell people it was us in a different paradigm. The British Empire was the thing at the point in time. That was the superpower. It wasn't the United States. So it was like looking at who we are now and then trying to understand, okay, well, how do I take that and like put that through that new prism? As well as looking at my grandfather, talking to him, finding out about what things were like at the time. My gramps grew up in Belmont. He said he knew one of Ulric's brothers. So it was like just really, kind of getting to know what we were at that point.
Yeah. Wow.
Going back into that headspace.
Yeah.
Now, Nickolai, I know for a fact that this movie literally changed your life. Tell the people how it changed your life from before the movie to now. Like, what has changed significantly?
Well, before this movie, I guess I was heavily into music. I was just a different person at the time. I hadn't widely traveled. I'd traveled a bit, but not, I can't say extensively. And when Francis Ann, God bless her, really like looked at me and said, "Hey, we want you for the role," and I flew out, and then everything changed because I remember going to the UK to shoot, and a plane flying overhead, and I just looked at it and I was like, "Nothing is ever going to be the same again, boy," and so said, so done. Everything just flipped. I think my perspective on things changed. I kind of got introduced firsthand to new cultural experiences and went to Ghana to shoot, went to the slave castles, walked through the door of no return, had that whole surreal experience. And that just, everything, by the time I came back, I just felt like nothing, I couldn't even relate to a lot anymore. And being on the road for 3 months as well, sitting with a character, because I'm a bit of a method actor at times, going through that process and coming back, it just took a while to really, re-engage the space, but at the same time, you feel like, okay, well, I've gone through the ringer, I've gone to Mordor, I've done all of that, I know I'm back. What does this mean now? So yeah, but I mean, it's great. It's coming back now full circle.
And working with the actors who were on this cast, internationally renowned actors. Were you ever intimidated by that?
I think the first time I met Joseph Marcel, I was like, okay, dude. But yeah, he quickly dissolved that, because just even speaking to the guy, he was such a humble person, and just really so forthcoming with advice and everything for a younger actor, and yeah, just I think after I met him, then I started to feel like, well, okay, they're actually, everybody's just people anyway. you know, and I'm one of them.
But bouncing off of Ruckus's question, I mean, he has some St. Lucian roots, and you're from Trinidad. I mean, how was that to actually work with somebody who is actually from the Caribbean? Was it a different flavor on set?
Yeah, well, the thing is, Joseph is I mean, very, very Caribbean, right? Because he would talk about things that I think things that we would actually talk about amongst ourselves, and if we're hanging out or liming, you know. But so for me, it was a little bit different. But at the same time, he's also very British, you know. 'Cause I think he spent most of his life there, so he's very acclimatized to there. So it was a nice kind of crossover link to have, to be able to speak with him about those things, you know. Yeah.
So you mentioned, of course, going to the United Kingdom, going to Ghana to shoot, and it sounds like obviously it was a life-changing experience, as Ruckus also brought in the conversation. But out of everywhere in the world, that you've traveled with this movie and with this life-changing journey, where really impacted you the most?
That answer keeps changing.
Yeah.
But in this moment, I would say Trinidad and Tobago right now.
Really?
Because, like a couple of weeks ago, I said South Africa. I think just moment to moment, everything keeps changing and feeling differently. But Trinidad and Tobago, because I think in this moment now, the fact that we're bringing the story back home, and after premiering it back in 2018, and seeing the kind of reaction we got from the local community about the film, it being a Trinbagonian film and a Trinbagonian story. But Trinidad's response and really made me feel like, you know, made me see how necessary it was to have a story like this being told, right? Which is why I'm glad we're bringing it back home now for this red carpet event. Well, we're having a red carpet event today, and then we're actually having the theatrical run starting tomorrow and going for a week at Movie Town. Yeah,
and I definitely encourage everybody to go see it, because I saw it when it was in the film festival, but I'm so happy that it's having its own run by itself, red carpet affair and all. I'm excited for that gala this evening.
Exactly.
But tell me something, Nickolai. Is there anything in particular that you learned from this character that you will carry with you as you go forward?
Yeah, don't be afraid of your destiny and yourself, and you know, you have no idea what it's going to be. You know, I think in Ulric's case, when I looked at what he did and the fact that he studied to be a lawyer and all these things, and then it ended up changing into all the other things it became, you know, him going to Africa, him trying to be in Britain and do law and not being able to practice it there, and then leaving and going and joining the Pan-Africanists in Ghana, and it blossoming into what his life became. You know, the influence that he's managed to have over the course of the years. Yeah, you can't be afraid of your destiny, and you can't really be afraid of, you know, doing the things for you, doing the things that were meant for you, you know?
Yeah.
Now, as a creative, sometimes you put out work with one plan in mind, and then the audience see it and they get something else. What are you hoping the audiences get after watching this film?
I hope audiences will get what they want to get. I don't know if I'm at the point anymore to say I hope what the audience is going to get. I've seen what the audiences have been getting around the world. You know, I feel like the audiences, I hope they get some sense of encouragement or inspiration to be authentic to themselves. Because if nothing else, that's what Ulric Cross was. He was a very authentic human being and genuine. So I really hope that, you know, and the fact that we've finally brought it home for this theatrical run, it gives people the chance to go there and see it and experience that. And I want people to walk away from that experience feeling like, yeah, I saw me, you know, on a screen. In a full story, spread out, and I saw this wonderful journey that, you know, makes me feel like I could do that too.
Yeah. Nickolai, so we don't want you to give away the movie, obviously, because Trinidad and Tobago, you need to go and see it, all right? It's going to change your life 100%. But do you have any scenes that were your absolute favorite filming?
A lot. Scenes that were my favorite. I could say scenes that really touched me. I think I've been too close to the project. I really worked on this project for such a long time now that at this point to say there's a favorite scene is a little bit tricky. But shooting the slave castles, going to the slave castles even, visiting just Ulric's scenes in Ghana and Tanzania, the whole African journey. And there's the scenes with his wife, Anne. I felt like those, I guess for me remembering it, it stretched me as an actor to have to go through that. So for me, those were the ones that actually resonated deeply with me.
Beautiful.
Nickolai, congratulations. I am very, very proud of you. I'm proud to see you sitting here so comfortably, being able to just talk. Like, you have no idea how proud I am of you right now. Like,
all of us. It is amazing.
I remember Nickolai used to be so uncomfortable to interview. But you've come a long way, and of course, the movie is going to be running all week. It's launching tonight, the Grand Red Carpet Affair, Gala Affair. It's happening this evening, and then the movie is going to be running all week, so go check it out at Movie Town.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic movie, totally worth it, and it's a piece of our history. Right? The Red Carpet will also be streaming live on TTT Live online this evening, so you want to be a part of it, and you can check it out. We take a quick break, and when we come back, we head back across to Tobago, because it is Tobago Thursdays. Thank you so much, Nickolai.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago.